This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description. Humans are social animals, but some of us prefer our time to be spent not in the company of others, but in solitude. If you're an introvert who lives in a bustling city, you may find yourself yearning for a change of pace for your sanity. Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll dive into the 10 of the most secluded town in the United States of America. If you're new here, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notifications bell to get updates whenever we post. Some may find bliss in immersing themselves in nature and focusing on the simple necessities of life. Others could feel content living in a slow-paced town surrounded by trees and hills. Whatever your reason is for looking outside popular metro areas for a place to reside, here is a list of 10 most secluded towns in the United States. 1. Point Lay, Alaska. Point Lay is on the northwest coast of the state of Alaska. Like many other towns in the northern region, there are no roads to Point Lay. Any food, any supplies the town needs, they have to be brought in by plane. Back in the Cold War era might have been a little bit easier, as the Air Force actually had a small installation there for some satellite dishes. But those weren't taken down around 2005 to 2006 after not being used for like 10 years. The population in 2000 was around 250 residents. As of 2021, the population has risen up to 330. They gained 80 people with only about 85 residents in the workforce. So that's not good, only about a third of the people actually working. Point Lay is a native village with about 80% of the population being native Alaskan. There's nothing around it except ocean and land, mostly frozen tundra. 2. Wilson, Arkansas. In Wilson's one for the ages, founded in 1886 as a hub for timber and cotton production, the town fell into disrepair in the 1950s as agricultural work declined and residents moved elsewhere. And then in 2010, the Lawrence Group acquired it as part of a larger land purchase. It was an opportunity to not only restore Wilson to its former glory, but make it a hub for food and culture in the Delta while staying true to its roots, says Norbert Mead, who heads up the town's development. The past few years have been a renovation of Wilson Square's Tudor Revival buildings, now home to stylish shops like White's Mercantile, Wilson Cafe, and the Hampson Archaeological Museum. Wilson Grange, the town's agricultural and culinary venue, hosts wine tastings and a weekly farmers market. A new 16-room boutique hotel is also in the works. 3. Yellow Pine, Idaho. Yellow Pine is located right outside the Piatt National Forest. The woods surrounding Yellow have a bunch of people living in cabins and trailers, and the estimate for the 2020 census is that they'll get to about 100 people. The closest town with any chain restaurants or grocery stores is McCall, and that's 3 hours through the canyon. This is another place where in the winter, you seem like you got a little further away from everything else. It's also one of those places that if you live here, you feel like you're camping every day of your life. This is also a good place to move to if you're trying to escape your past, as they don't have any internet television or things like that. Might have internet, but it's that satellite internet, and you know that's so slow, and it might take you 3 weeks to load a website. 4. Joseph, Oregon. Joseph sits in the northeast Oregon's Wallowa County, renowned for both its natural beauty and remoteness. There are no stoplights, and it's a 4-hour drive from Boise, Idaho, the closest big city. While Joseph may be best known for its community of bronze artists, summer rodeo, and the Wallowa Lake Tramway, among the steepest of the continent, which takes riders to the top of Mount Howard, it's also attracting a growing group of entrepreneurs. Nearby, Arrowhead Chocolate serves small batch sweets like dark chocolate truffles made with award-winning whiskey from Stein Distillery, a short stroll away. Main Street newcomers include the Gold Room, a spot for wood-fired pizzas, and cocktails from former Portland chefs Ross Effinger and Joe Marie Patino. 5. Highlands, North Carolina. Highlands, North Carolina has long been a favorite getaway for southern city dwellers and antique hunters. There have been more and more young families moving here to live full-time too. The town surrounded by Nantahala National Forest in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Despite changes, beloved parts of Highlands, like its many antique shops, remain the same. There's a vibrant arts community nurtured via local institutions like the Bascom Visual Arts Center, as well as outdoor adventure aplenty in the Blue Ridge Mountains. 6. Stowe Vermont. Hailed as the ski capital of the East, Stowe Vermont is the perfect remote location for ski aficionados. Stowe's towering neighbor Mount Mansfield has a summit that reaches 4,395 feet and is home to Stowe Mountain Resort. If you don't ski or if you prefer the company of man's best friend, check out these dog sled adventures. Stowe's fun isn't limited just to winter sports. Summertime is prime time for swimmers and kayakers. Stowe is also home to a great collection of craft breweries and spas that can help take the edge off. 7. Hannesdale, Pennsylvania. It's easy to make the case for Hannesdale's charm. The town has been the headquarters for children's magazine Highlights since 1946, and its quaint streets inspire the Christmas carol Winter Wonderland. But there's plenty to sing about these days too, with a new generation starting business here and around the Poconos. Hannesdale is progressive, but it maintains a slower pace and has a tight-knit community that wraps you like a warm hug. Young entrepreneurs are taking notice. Hannesdale's main street is lined with historic buildings, many dating back to the 1800s. The Stowe Bridge Line Historic Railroad, based on Hannesdale, offers rides along the Lackawanna River Valley in restored 1920s train cars. An extensive new trail system is also in the works along the river. The town is also the perfect jumping-off point for day trips to other Poconos towns like Jim Thorpe, Stroudsburg, and Milford. 8. Marfa, Texas. You can find the hip town of Marfa deep in the Chihuahuan Desert of West Texas. This oasis in the middle of nowhere is known for its slow tempo, Western aesthetic, and abundance of art. Acclaimed minimalist artist Donald Judd was an admirer of Marfa and decided to make it a permanent home for a collection of his work. You can see Judd's work alongside work from a select group of artists at the Sanity Foundation, a contemporary art museum that Judd founded in 1978. Marfa is home to an impressive collection of chic restaurants, trendy bars, and rustic saloons. In April, the town hosts Marfa Myths, a festival that focuses on music, visual art, and film. Marfa's close proximity to Balmorea, Davis Mountains State Park, the McDonald's Observatory, and Big Bend National Park makes this town a naturalist's desert dream. 9. Jacksonville, Oregon. Have you ever longed to live in the wine country, but thought you couldn't afford it? Jacksonville, Oregon might be the town you've been looking for. The Southern Oregon wine region has been receiving a lot of recent praise, and Jacksonville is a small historic town smack dab in the middle of it. Grab a few bottles of local wine and have a lovely picnic in the trees in one of the parks near Jacksonville. Locals can frequent Rogue River Siskiyou National Forest and Crater Lake National Park. Both are close to Jacksonville and guaranteed to take your breath away. 10. Astoria, Oregon. Have you ever found yourself watching The Goonies and thinking to yourself, gee, this sleepy coastal town seems like the perfect place to live? The seaside town lies at the convergence of the Columbia River and the Pacific Ocean. Southwestern Washington State is a short drive away via the Astoria-Megler Bridge. You won't have a shortage of nature to explore living in Astoria. Nearby parks include Fort Stevens State Park, Tillamook State Forest, and Ecola State Park. The moist and temperate climate in this part of the country makes it an ideal location for mycologists and mushroom hobbyists alike. Living in a smaller remote area gives you an opportunity to learn about community, connection, and opportunity. Would you prefer living in secluded places? Let's know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.